There are moments in life, quiet, heavy, almost sacred moments, when your heart clings so tightly to something or someone that no amount of prayer, effort, or distraction seems able to make that attachment fade. You find yourself crying in the solitude of your room, begging Allah in your du'as, wrestling in your soul to let go, yet that bond remains, like a shadow that lingers, persistent and unyielding, resting heavily on your spirit. In this place of deep vulnerability and raw emotion, a question quietly rises from the depths of your heart. Why? Why is this happening to me? Is this merely a test of my patience? Is it a hidden message from Allah? Or is there something even deeper? Something your heart cannot yet grasp? Something divine that is unfolding in ways beyond your understanding? My dear brother, my dear sister, if you find yourself walking through this very moment, if your heart aches with unanswered longing and your soul feels tangled in confusion, then know this message has found you for a reason. This is no mere coincidence or random occurrence. Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, has brought you here intentionally. Because the ache in your heart, it matters deeply. The turmoil within your soul, it holds profound meaning. And you, my dear friend, deserve to understand the beauty and purpose behind what you're going through. Let me remind you of a timeless truth. Nothing, absolutely nothing, in your life is without purpose. Not a single tear you shed, not a single heartbeat that echoes in your chest, not even that restless, aching longing you carry within your soul. Every emotion that stirs inside you, every unanswered dua whispered in the quiet moments, every long moment spent waiting, wondering, and wrestling with your feelings, each one is a thread in a divine tapestry, intricately woven by the one who knows you more intimately than you know yourself. The one who fashioned you with boundless love, who sees every silent struggle in your heart, and who is closer to you than your jugular vein. Allah, glorious and exalted is He, tells us in the Quran, He does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. Pause with me for a moment and let that truth settle deep within your heart. This means the weight you carry right now, no matter how overwhelming or unbearable it feels, is not there to crush or break you. It is there to build you, to refine your character, to purify your heart, and to elevate your soul toward a higher, more beautiful station. So that attachment you're struggling with, whether it's a person you cannot release, a desire that feels impossible to let go, or a chapter you thought would be written differently, is not meaningless. It is not merely emotional chaos or random pain. Rather, it is a sacred part of your spiritual journey, a unique and personal lesson scripted by your Creator just for you. But here's the key, the heart of the matter. You can only begin to understand why if you first come to understand what love truly means through the lens of Islam. I invite you to stay with me through this reflection, because by Allah's will, something inside you will begin to shift. Something will become clearer. Your heart will begin to see with new eyes, eyes filled with understanding, surrender, and peace. Let's begin here. Love is one of the most profound and precious gifts Allah has placed within the human soul. It holds a divine power, the power to lift you to heights of joy and serenity you never dreamed possible. It can fill your heart with light and hope, illuminating even the darkest corners of your life. Yet love also has the humbling ability to tear down your ego, reshape your spirit, and teach you lessons that no other experience can impart. Love is not a fleeting emotion or a passing fancy. It is a force, a sacred, transformative force. It can build your character or shatter your pride. It can draw you closer to Allah or, if misplaced, pull you further away from Him. Understanding this truth is the first step toward healing your heart and finding peace amidst the struggle. It is not about suppressing your feelings or denying your love. No, Islam does not ask you to reject the beauty of your emotions. Rather, it invites you to realign your heart's deepest attachment with the one who is the ultimate source of all love, mercy, and healing, Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. So, my dear friend, whether you are holding on tightly or learning to release, remember this. Every tear, every longing, every unanswered prayer is sacred. It is not wasted pain, but a vital part of your spiritual journey toward the greatest love you will ever know, the love of your Creator. That's why it is so essential to understand love, not through the stories told by movies or novels, nor by fleeting trends and cultural fads, but through the example of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, who embodied love in its purest, most beautiful form. Reflect on his love for Khadijah. May Allah be pleased with her. It was more than romance, it was sacred, built on trust, unwavering faith, and deep support in times of trial. Their bond was a sanctuary of peace and mercy. Even years after her passing, the Prophet, peace be upon him, remembered her with a heart full of sincere affection and respect. This teaches us that true love is not defined by overwhelming emotions alone. It is measured by the lasting impact it leaves on your soul. It is about how love transforms you and deepens your connection with Allah, not just how it makes you feel about another person. Here is a truth many overlook. In Islam, love is not meant to overpower you or cause you to lose yourself. It is not designed to consume your peace or lead you into confusion. Love is never meant to become an idol in your heart. Instead, it is meant to be a bridge, a sacred pathway through which you grow closer to Allah. Allah beautifully reminds us in Surah Ar-Rum 30:21, and among His signs is that He created for you from yourselves spouses, so that you may find tranquility in them, and He placed between you affection and mercy. Did you catch that? The true purpose of love, real, lasting love, is tranquility, peace, mercy. Love should soothe your heart, not torment it. It should calm your mind, not overwhelm it. It should strengthen your faith, not weaken your bond with Allah. So, if what you feel right now is love, but it brings you restlessness, anxiety, and a longing that hurts more than it heals, then perhaps this is not love in its purest, most sacred form. Maybe it is a test, and that is okay, because Allah tests those He loves. He tests us to purify, to elevate, and to bring us back to the right path. Now let us reflect on the deeper, more challenging question. What is Allah trying to teach you through this experience? What hidden wisdom lies beneath the ache you feel? Many of us assume that if we cannot stop thinking about someone, if a feeling lingers despite the pain, it must mean we are meant to be with them, that we must hold on at all costs. But the truth is, not every enduring feeling is a sign to chase. Sometimes Allah allows that feeling to remain, not to punish or torment you, but to awaken you, to draw forth from your heart a truth you never knew existed. Sometimes that feeling is a mirror, reflecting your own inner state, your own readiness for what is to come. Because when the heart finally breaks open, when it surrenders and yields, it becomes ready to receive. And what it receives next, that is between you and your trust in Allah. Trust that He knows the best for you, even when your heart is heavy and your vision is clouded by longing. Trust that He is writing your story with infinite mercy and wisdom. Trust that every step, every trial, and every moment of waiting is a part of your journey toward the most beautiful destination, the peace found in His love. 1. To test your patience and trust in Him, the most sacred test of the heart. My dear brothers and sisters, if you are watching this right now, and your heart feels heavy, clinging to a love that seems just out of reach, if you are quietly carrying feelings that won't fade, no matter how hard you try to move on or distract yourself, then please listen closely. This message was meant for you. This moment, this very pause in your life, is no accident. What you are experiencing is not random. It is not meaningless. It is not a punishment or a sign that you have failed. Rather, it is one of the most deeply personal and sacred tests Allah can place upon your heart, the test of your patience and trust in Him. Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, reminds us gently in the Quran, indeed, Allah is with those who are patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. Take a moment to pause and reflect on that, not just with your eyes, but with the very core of your being. Allah is with you. Not when your pain disappears. Not only after your prayers are answered the way you want. Not once your life feels perfect or your heart feels at ease. No, Allah is with you right now, while you're still waiting, while your heart is still breaking, while uncertainty clouds your days and nights. He is there, already present, already holding you in His care. This truth is transformative. It's easy to have faith when everything in life seems to flow perfectly. When the person you love returns your feelings openly. When opportunities come effortlessly. When your du'as are answered quickly. And your heart feels light and joyful. In those moments, saying Alhamdulillah is effortless. Gratitude flows naturally because blessings are visible and tangible. But what about the moments when life does not go as planned? What about when you find yourself alone in sujood, tears streaming down your face, pleading with Allah to make things work, only to face silence in return? What about when your heart shatters and all you feel is the cold echo of unanswered prayers? That, my dear sister and brother, is where your true iman, your faith, reveals itself. Can you still hold on to trust in Allah when His response differs from your deepest desires? Can you still cling to Him when you are asked to let go of what you believe will complete you? Let me share an image to help illuminate this. Imagine a small child, wide-eyed and curious, reaching out excitedly toward a glowing flame. The flickering light is mesmerizing, warm and inviting. The child reaches out, eager to touch it. But the parent rushes in just in time, pulling the child back with a gentle but firm hand. The child cries, confused and upset, unable to understand why they're being stopped from something that looks so beautiful. But the parent knows the truth. That flame would have burned the child. Now ask yourself, isn't Allah's love for you even greater than the love of the most caring parent? If Allah is holding you back from a person, a relationship, a moment you thought was destined for you, it is not to hurt you. It is not a punishment. It is an act of mercy. It is protection wrapped in wisdom. It is a lesson meant to reshape your heart, making it stronger, softer, wiser, and above all, closer to Him. You may not see this wisdom now. You may feel lost or overwhelmed, and that is perfectly okay. Because trusting Allah does not mean you understand everything right away. Trust means believing deep within your soul that He sees the whole picture, even when you only see a small piece. Trust means surrendering your own desires and timelines, and believing that He knows what is best for you, even when it is hard to accept. Sometimes Allah doesn't say no to your love. Sometimes He says not now. Sometimes He says not this one. And sometimes He says let go, because I have something far better in store for you. But in every case, what He is really saying is, come back to me, trust me, let me write your story. So remember, this test is not about how strong you are at walking away or moving on. It is about how deeply you are willing to surrender, to release your hold, to drop the pen, and to allow Allah to write the next chapter of your life, a chapter that may look very different from the one you envisioned, but will be far more beautiful than anything you could have ever imagined. So breathe, my dear friend. Be patient with yourself. Keep praying, even when your heart feels like it can't take another moment. Your heart is not forgotten. It is being refined. Your tears are not wasted. They are being collected, treasured by the most merciful. And your longing is not ignored. It is being transformed into something eternal and divine. This is your sacred test. And by the grace of Allah, you will pass it, not by your own might, but by faith. Hold on to that faith. It is the light that will guide you through this darkness. 2. To redirect you towards a higher purpose, a loving wake-up call from your Lord. My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to take a deep breath right now and truly pause. Pause from the chaos in your mind. Pause from the constant tugging of emotions that weigh on your soul. And ask yourself with complete honesty and sincerity, has your heart become so deeply entangled with someone who was never truly meant to hold that place? Has the thought of them invaded your mornings, haunted your nights, distracted your prayers, and stolen the peace you once knew? If you find yourself nodding quietly to these questions, then I want you to know this message is meant just for you. It's not a coincidence that you're here reading or hearing these words right now. Allah, in His infinite mercy, has brought you here for a reason. Because sometimes the love we feel, the yearning that won't let go, the ache that lingers in every corner of our hearts, it's not simply an emotional experience. It's more than just a feeling. It is a sacred, gentle, yet firm wake-up call from the one who knows your heart better than you ever could. The one who created you with a purpose greater than you've imagined. Let's be real with ourselves for a moment. There are times when we unknowingly allow a person to become the centerpiece of our existence. Without even realizing it, they take the throne of our hearts. They become the very first thought that greets us when we wake, and the last one that cradles us to sleep. Our plans, our hopes, our sense of happiness revolve entirely around their presence, their words, their attention. We catch ourselves whispering things like, if they loved me back, I'd finally find peace. If I could just be with them, everything else in my life would feel right. If only this one thing worked out, all my dreams would come true. But here's the quiet truth we often overlook. Isn't this a form of worship? Not the worship of bowing down physically, but the worship of giving our hearts over emotionally. of making someone or something else the center of our universe. We give them our thoughts, our dreams, our very identity. And in doing so, we forget. We forget the one who gave us this heart, this soul, this very breath. We forget that love itself is a test, a trial that demands we place our ultimate love in the right place. The Prophet Muhammad gave us a beautiful, powerful reminder about the nature of our hearts. Indeed, the heart of the son of Adam is between two fingers of the Most Merciful. He turns it as he wills. Sahih Muslim. This means what you are struggling with right now, the attachment, the longing, the overwhelming feelings, they are not in your control alone. They are in the hands of Allah, the Most Merciful. And if He allows those emotions to stay, it's not to break you. It's not a sign that you're weak or broken. It is a divine nudge, a call to turn your gaze inward and upward, to seek the one who truly deserves that love. Sometimes Allah sends a person into our lives, not to remain forever, but to stir something deep within us, to create a storm in our hearts that ultimately pushes our ship toward the right harbor, toward our true purpose, toward Him. And sometimes, in His infinite mercy, He distances us from that person, removes them from our path, or closes the door gently. Not as punishment, not to cause pain, but as an act of profound compassion, because He wants us to wake up from the illusion that our peace depends on anyone else but Him. He whispers softly through the chaos of our emotions. My beloved servant, you've placed them before me. You've made them your peace, forgetting that I am the only source of true peace. You've allowed your heart to drift away, but I am calling you back. Love me first, trust me above all, and then I will bless you with what's best. Whether it's this person or someone even better, something more beautiful, more fulfilling. Allah's mercy often lies not in what He gives us, but in what He withholds. When you find yourself repeatedly hurt, ignored, or longing in vain, it may not be rejection. It may be redirection, because He sees the deepening attachment in your heart to someone who was never meant to complete you. Only Allah can fill that space perfectly. You were not created to worship a feeling, to chase after a person, or to let your heart be weighed down by anyone or anything other than Him. You were created for a far greater purpose, to worship and love the one who never abandons, never forgets, and never disappoints. So if Allah removes someone from your life, if your love remains unanswered, don't despair. Do not let your heart break thinking it is cruelty. It is mercy. It is His way of pulling you back to the prayer mat, back to His divine words, back to the sacred purpose for which you were born. In the end, only Allah can carry the weight of your heart with perfect care and infinite love. So ask yourself honestly today, who truly sits on the throne of your heart? And is it time to reclaim that sacred space for the one who deserves it above all? 3. To teach you that real love is only with Allah, the love that never leaves. My dear brothers and sisters, I want you to sit with me for a moment and really feel the depth of what it means to experience unfulfilled love. It's one of the most tender wounds the human heart can carry, a silent ache that no one else sees, but that weighs heavily in your chest day after day. When you care so deeply for someone, when they become entwined in your prayers, your thoughts, your dreams, it's natural to hope for a future where you both walk side by side, sharing life's joys and sorrows. But what if that hope remains just that, a hope? What if they stay distant, unavailable, or the bond you longed for never fully blossoms? The pain can feel unbearable. It can feel like the end of your story. But I want you to know something so vital right now. This pain you're feeling is not pointless. It is not a cruel ending or a failure. It is the beginning of a new chapter, an opening of a door to something far greater, more beautiful, and far more sustaining than anything this world can offer. Allah tells us in the Quran, with words so powerful and so healing, and those who believe are stronger in love for Allah. Quran 2:165. Pause and let that verse soak into your heart. This truth turns the world's entire story upside down. The world whispers to us incessantly, find your other half, find your soulmate, find that person, and you will finally be whole. But Islam tells us something different, something revolutionary. You are already whole. You are complete. You are full, because Allah is with you. Yes, your heart naturally yearns for companionship. That longing is part of your fitrah, your innate human nature, and there is nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful part of being human. But here's the critical question. If the absence of a person leaves you shattered, broken, or empty, if your peace depends on someone who no longer walks your path, then your soul is quietly whispering a profound truth to you. You have placed your heart in the wrong hands. Ask yourself gently, with courage and honesty, am I more attached to this person than I am to the one who created them? Am I yearning for love from someone who cannot promise tomorrow, while forgetting the one who holds all tomorrows in his hands? My dear brothers and sisters, know this. Allah is not withholding this love from you to punish you. He is not trying to make you suffer. Rather, He is trying to teach you patiently, gently, lovingly. He is teaching you a sacred lesson that no person, no matter how beautiful, kind, or seemingly perfect, can complete the soul within you. They were never created for that purpose. That immense space of fulfillment, peace, and true completion can only be filled by Allah, the most merciful, the ever-loving, the ever-present. People may come and go from your life. They may walk away, turn their backs, or fail to return your love. But Allah, He never forgets you. He never abandons your heart. His door is always open, even when every other door feels slammed shut. His mercy never runs dry. His love is constant and unwavering. The pain you are feeling right now is not just heartbreak. It is more than sadness or longing. It is an invitation, a sacred call back to the only love that will never disappoint you, the love of Allah. This is the love that heals, that nurtures, that sustains even in the darkest nights. This love never falters. It never leaves you. It never breaks your heart. So let this ache be a turning point. Let it be a moment where your heart turns away from what is fleeting and turns back to what is eternal. Because when you anchor your heart in Allah's love, you discover a peace that no worldly love can ever give. A peace that fills every empty corner of your soul and makes you whole again. Remember, the real love, the highest love, is not found in human hands. It's found in the hands of your Lord. And His love? That is the love that never leaves. So what should you do now? Understanding the why behind your heartbreak is just the first step. The more important question is, what now? How do you walk through this pain without losing yourself or your iman? Let's talk about 3 steps that can truly transform this pain into peace. 1. make dua. But attach your heart only to Allah. Dua is not a ritual. It's a lifeline. It's not a checklist. It's your soul's conversation with its creator. So cry to Allah. Ask Him for clarity. Ask Him for healing. Ask Him for that person if you still feel strongly, but also ask Him for what is truly best for your dunya and akhirah, even if it's not what you think you want. But here's the most important part. Detach your heart from the outcome. Don't place your peace in whether or not Allah gives you that person. Place it in knowing that whatever He gives is the best. The Prophet taught us a dua that is so simple, yet so powerful. O Turner of hearts, make my heart firm upon your religion. Tirmidhi. This is a plea for stability, for calm, for alignment. Because your heart, your emotions, will shift, bend, ache. But Allah can anchor it. So yes, keep making dua. But don't just ask for what you want. Ask Allah to guide your heart to what He wants for you. Again, 2. Redirect your love towards Allah. Love is a powerful energy. It moves you. It shapes you. It colors every corner of your world. It is the force behind your deepest joys and your most intense sorrows. But like any energy, where you choose to direct it will determine whether it becomes a source of healing or pain. When your love for a person begins to overshadow your love for Allah, your heart starts to carry a heavy burden. What once felt beautiful and uplifting can slowly turn into a well of sadness, confusion, and longing. This happens because the heart was never meant to find its true home in anything but the divine. When the center of your love shifts away from Allah, restlessness and pain creep in, and the soul feels lost. But the moment you redirect that love, the moment you make Allah the first and foremost beloved in your heart, something miraculous begins to unfold. You start to breathe again. A peace washes over you, a calm deeper than any comfort this world can offer. So how do you make this shift? How do you gently turn your heart back to the one who deserves all your love? Increase your salah, prayers, not as a routine obligation or a task to check off, but as your anchor, your direct conversation with your Creator. Let every prayer be a sacred moment where your heart opens, where your soul breathes freely, where you reconnect deeply with the source of all mercy and love. Recite the Quran, not merely to complete its pages, but to truly immerse yourself in its words. Allow the meanings to seep into your heart. Feel the tenderness of Allah's mercy, the clarity of His guidance, and the profound love He has for you conveyed through each verse. Let the Quran be a healing balm for your aching soul. Make dhikr, remembrance, not only with your tongue, but with your whole heart fully present. Let every mention of Allah's names and attributes unite your mind and heart in worship. Carry the remembrance of Allah in every moment, during your work, your rest, your joy, and your sorrow. Let it be the rhythm that calms your restless heart. Learn the beautiful names of Allah. Fall in love with Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, whose mercy envelopes all creation without exception. Al-Wadud, the most loving, whose love never falters nor fades. Reflect on these names and the infinite love they represent. Love that no human heart can fully comprehend, but that your soul longs for deeply. The more you fill your heart with the love of Allah, the less space there is for the pain and restlessness caused by attachments to this temporary world. Because here's the undeniable truth. When Allah is at the center of your heart, everything else either falls perfectly into place, or gently fades away with grace and ease. This redirection of love is not a loss. It's a profound gain. It is the key that unlocks a heart that was once heavy and burdened and turns it into a heart that beats with tranquility, hope, and light. 3. Pursue halal paths, but accept Allah's decree, walking with faith, patience, and trust. My dear brothers and sisters, if love still lives in your heart, a love that burns gently or fiercely, and the path to that love remains open through what is halal and permissible in Islam, then take that path with courage, clarity, and grace. Walk it deliberately, with dignity and sincere intention. Remember, love is among the most beautiful gifts Allah has bestowed upon us. It is a blessing, a mercy, and a trust. Islam teaches us not to suppress or deny these feelings, but to honor them by pursuing love in the way our Creator has prescribed, pure, respectful, patient, and filled with hope. When your heart is drawn towards someone, respond with wisdom and faith. Love is not meant to be reckless or hurried. It's meant to be a light that guides you closer to Allah, not a fire that burns without purpose. So take the steps that align with your faith and your values. Pray, istikhara. Turn to Allah sincerely, asking Him to guide your heart and your decisions. Make this prayer your compass in moments of confusion or uncertainty. Trust that Allah's wisdom surpasses your understanding, and that He will steer you to what is best for you, even if it's different from what you desire. Seek counsel from those with wisdom. Surround yourself with people who love you enough to give honest, loving advice, trusted family members, scholars, or close friends who deeply care about your well-being and your faith. Their perspective, grounded in knowledge and experience, can illuminate paths you may not see when you are consumed by emotion. Put in sincere effort. Do your part. Take the steps that please Allah and follow His commands. Whether it's working on yourself, building your character, or openly communicating within halal boundaries, sincere effort is never wasted. Remember that effort combined with reliance on Allah is a beautiful form of worship. Islam does not ask you to bury your feelings or deny the love you carry. Instead, it invites you to nurture that love within halal boundaries, where it can grow healthy, protected, and blessed by Allah's mercy. But sometimes, despite your prayers, your sincere effort, your hopeful heart, the door to that love remains closed. Maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe the circumstances don't align. Or maybe the answer is simply no. And that closed door, it is not a sign of failure. It is a divine decree, a mercy wrapped in wisdom far beyond what we can understand at this moment. Not every love story is destined to end in marriage. Not every connection is meant to last a lifetime in this world. And that's okay. Your story doesn't end with that closed door. It's not a full stop, but a comma, a pause before the next beautiful chapter begins. Your journey is alive, unfolding with new lessons to learn, new blessings to receive, and new hopes to hold on to. Life, my dear sister and brother, is a tapestry of beginnings and endings. Every ending carries within it the seeds of something new and beautiful, even if it takes time for your heart and mind to see it. The Prophet Muhammad gave us a timeless promise filled with hope and reassurance. Whoever gives up something for the sake of Allah, Allah will replace it with something better. Ahmad. But let us be honest. This better is not always what we imagine. It may not come with grand celebrations or immediate joy. It may not be more attractive, more exciting, or more obvious. But it will be exactly what your soul needs. Something that will bring you peace, growth, and closeness to Allah, even if your heart doesn't recognize it right away. So learn to let go, not because you don't care, not because you're giving up on your dreams or your feelings, but because you trust. You trust the one who knows you best, the one who loves you with a love deeper and wider than any human heart can grasp, the one who writes every detail of your life with infinite mercy and perfect wisdom. In that trust, find your peace. In that surrender, discover your true strength. And remember, Allah's timing is perfect. His plan is flawless. Even when the path before you seems unclear, even when your heart aches for an answer, hold on to faith that what He has decreed for you is exactly what you need. Nothing more, nothing less. Walk forward with hope, with patience, and with a heart full of reliance on Him. Because He is the best of planners, and He will never abandon the one who sincerely turns to Him. Your heart was created for something greater, a sacred journey back to peace. My dear friend, I want you to pause for a moment and truly listen to these words, because your heart, as heavy and restless as it may feel right now, was never meant to remain broken. Your heart is not shattered beyond repair. It's not lost or forsaken. What you are experiencing, the tears, the sleepless nights filled with quiet longing, the unanswered du'as whispered with hope and vulnerability, these are not signs of failure or abandonment. No, my dear friend, your heart is being redirected. It's being refined, like gold, purified through fire, shaped, polished, and prepared for something far greater than what it has known before. It's being lovingly guided by the most merciful to return to its true purpose. Every tear that falls, every restless night spent in quiet anguish, every unanswered dua is sacred. They are not empty suffering or meaningless pain. They are the signposts of your return journey. Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, reminds us in the Quran, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Surah Al-Ra'd 13:28. Not in people, not in relationships, no matter how deep the bond or how sweet the memories. Not even in the fulfillment of your most cherished dreams or desires. Peace was never in the outcome. It was always and only in the remembrance of Allah. So if today your heart feels unbearably heavy, if you're exhausted from the waiting, the hoping, the aching that seems to have no end, know this: this is not the end of your story. It is not a closed door or a final goodbye. This is the moment you rise. This is the chapter where you turn inward, searching within your soul, and upward, lifting your gaze to the one who knows you best. It is here, in this sacred place of surrender, that you whisper with courage and trust, "Ya Allah, I am yours. Write for me what you know is best," because He loves you more deeply than you can imagine, because His plan for you is more beautiful than anything your heart can dream, because every moment of waiting, every drop of tears, every unanswered prayer is a step closer to your healing and your peace. Hold on, dear friend. Your heart was created for something greater, something eternal. And in His remembrance, you will find rest like never before. A gentle reminder to surrender and trust, my dear friend. Before we part, I want to leave you with this truth that your heart needs to hear. Every delay you have faced, every trial that has tested your patience, every silent emotion you have carried deep within, even when no one else could see it, none of it is meaningless. None of it is hidden from Allah's watchful, compassionate gaze. What is truly written for you. What Allah has decreed as your destiny will find you. It will come to you in its perfect time and place, no matter how long the wait may seem, and what is not meant for you. No amount of holding on, no pleading of the heart, no endless prayers can force it to stay or to be yours. So, my beloved, surrender. Surrender your worries that keep you awake at night. Surrender your love that aches so deeply. Surrender your heart, fully and completely, to the one who has never once abandoned you, even in your darkest moments. He is closer to you than your own soul, and His mercy surrounds you always. If these words have touched your heart today, I encourage you to share this message with someone who might be quietly struggling, just like you. Let them know they are not alone in their pain, in their waiting, or in their longing, and neither are you. If you wish for more gentle reminders and heartfelt reflections to bring your heart closer to Allah, please subscribe and turn on notifications. This space is created for you, for your journey, for your healing, for your peace. May Allah purify your heart, illuminate your path, and wrap you in the warmth and comfort of His nearness. Ameen. Thank you from the depths of my heart for watching and allowing me to be a part of your journey today.